What's going on there, boys and girls of the internet? It's your boy Checo Bucket Double 7. I hope everybody is doing well today. As you saw in the last episode, we got the widget that we needed to have here to control this reactor online, as you can see. Give you a little close up on what it was, since I did do a speed up version because it was a 6-hour thing, man. Like, I didn't want to. I wanted to get to the point on that one. Anyway, the way this controller works is it goes into the built-in controller in here, and it'll tell the that tells this what temperature the core is, and then the control rods go in. Right now it's rudimentary because it only just controls the things as it does. Like it will only take the individual temperature. Since there's 5 control rods and 10 fuel rods. It just averages out the temperature, goes back in there, and that's how it does its job. So that's how that goes. We also changed the internals of the fix time. There we go. We modified this too, so now it's got a little bit of an extra barrier inside. Very nice. If radiation's detected in here, then we know that there's a rupture. So it's kind of like a glass containment vessel. We removed the preheating function. It is no longer required. Let's see what else is not needed in this thing. All of the function key blocks are no longer needed because this takes up their job. And I'll give you a little bit of a closer look here before we do what we need to do in this episode, because there are a few things that I did off camera, but I still need to button them up, and while I do that, we can go over it. I hope you guys liked the last 2 episodes audio thing, or the montage stuff, where I summarized everything. Thought that was kind of cool. It's an experiment. If you guys like formats like that, let me know, because it's a good way to cram a whole bunch of stuff into a shorter time period. Anyway, so things have changed. We haven't done anything with these lights yet, which there's a little controller over there that I'm working on getting it geared up to actually have something to do with these. Alright. We have a water injection system that has to have this button activated to actually do its job. And it's purging itself. And if done correctly, that should flow in and out on its own. As you can tell. Pressure regulator's working, boiler's putting out. We're not generating that much power yet because we still got to dial this in, because right now these are mirrored together because there is some stuff that needs to be done. As you saw at the end of the last video, I was walking through here and I was saying something, but I figured I'd use that kind of as a preview. So just to recap, we have that boiler fluid thing, which is controlling our water flow, which is what allows us to send water. It's part of the injection system, basically. That is the injector that's injecting water back into this thing. I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to fix our gear ratio on this to see if we can maximize torque power out of the turbines, which is what, there's 2 of them. This one's only putting out like 4.2. It's spitting out, 8.4? Because it's like a 2-to-1 advantage, plus it's got 2 right there. Eventually, we're going to have a diesel system in here as well to supplement the nuclear power while it's not up and running. And this somehow, I'm going to figure out how to get this along with an electric motor to our water jets to get the power. So let's go ahead and go in here and correct for the power difference. Keep that number, 171, in mind because it's about to change. Okay, so here we are. I have these gearboxes, right? We have these going this way. The orange one indicates when we want power to the generator. Yellow will indicate speed, orange is power. So let's go ahead and color code the rest of that to match. I'm going to go ahead and do this and put this here. Like that. Alright. And then we're going to color code this line as well. Well, we could use a different color. Yeah, we'll go with a different color. I used that temporary a lot of these colors are not final. It's more for Hey, hi. Put that there, and trace, trace. Really, this color should be more for, actually, no. This is the right color. No, hold on. I changed my mind. I want this to be the color for our power, and this to be the color for our electric. And you'll see why. Alright, so this is our power. Like our, well, not power, but our movement, more exact. This will be for movement, like as in this will be giving us the torque to send to our water jets, if you feel me. Alright. I think we can all understand that, right? So basically what's going to happen here is we're going to have two different modes for the for this. So think of this as like a transmission to if you need more of something, it will give you more of something. Like say we are in port, not going nowhere, not doing anything else. We just want to make electricity. We just want to generate that energy we need to keep our lights going. Okay, cool. So the yellow will throw its clutch in, the orange will disengage its clutch. Eventually, we'll have that system done. I don't know if it's going to be this episode or not, but if it is, it'll be in a time lapse. But orange will be sending power to our turbine, not to our turbines, but it'll be giving us less power to the generator, and it'll send more power through the system towards, say, the to the to the water jets, and maybe a small, like a medium generator or a piece. That way, we still generate power, but not as much as we'd be getting off of this, and that should combine with the turbine forces to increase torque. So the medium generator, what it would do is it'd be only connected to, well, yeah, we could do that. We could make it to where it's connected and pulse power to batteries to like keep the system charged, but it would mainly be sending power to a motor that is connected to the water jets on either side of the boat. And that, in theory, if they're both harmonized like they should be, which if we're going based on the fact that they're connected by these orange and yellow pipes, excuse me. If we go based off of that, then it should be no problem for them to have a synchronized power, kind of like how I'd synchronize a jet turbine to another turbine. And that should let us have electric motor power on top of the steam pressure coming off of the turbines. And that should give us a big boost in power. Now, to get this to work as intended, we got to have a little something, something right here, because I did make that mistake yesterday. So, and it's really good that I colored within the lines too. So put that there, and one, and then this will be number two. And then we just trace this. Okay. So, on this one, and this goes here. So we want that. If memory serves. Yep. Yep. So send to that one, and then send this one to that one. Now, this is one of my greater than, less than arguments. I have it set to about 20. We can dial that in as needed. And then we have this fellow here, which is a small numerical switch, another one of my controllers that you've seen before. And we just plumb this for electricity, and we see what we get. Because I have a feeling that we're about to see something really cool. And if this works, then we can move right on to trying to combine electric motors and stuff together, and we might even get to move on this episode. I don't know. It's possible. But if we look here, you'll see that our power up time is going to be considerably faster. We're already 25 degrees. By putting the control rod system in and upgrading the reactor to have a smaller water chamber, that's working in tandem to give us higher steam generating potential in a faster period of time. Anyway, like it's making it not take as long, and we're getting just as much power. Is what I was trying to say. So it may, just may, I'm not going to specifically say, but it just may give us the amount of power we need. Now, I did set this to a point where it's going to be about 2 minutes 37 seconds. So it's better than the 5 minutes we were doing before we'd even start seeing steam at all. So 2 minutes 37 seconds, that's roughly half the time. So I was able to speed it up by double, which means we could probably get the system under control twice as fast too. So we just wait this out and it will be good. I also am pretty positive that that one little tweak is going to be enough. See how that one's 1 and that one's 0? It's because that one over there is both of them. Basically, I have the numbers inverted on one and the other. So if one exceeds 20, it activates, like there. What it's trying to calculate, I do not know. So that's another thing we're going to have to fix. But for right now, it's fine because you'll see what I'm talking about now that we got the clutch in place. Also, to go with our timetable, we're at 2 minutes 37, 38. Yep, there we go. Seems like it's going a little slower. I'm not sure why. And I still got to fix where it says regulator closed and when it's not, but I mean, it is closed because it hasn't pressurized yet, but you know what I mean. Pressure, let's see if it does what it's supposed to say. I think I fixed that already, didn't I? I recorded for 6.5 hours yesterday, or 8 hours actually, and I only used 15 minutes worth of footage. Well, I compressed the hell out of it down. That's what I really did. Alright, see how we've used up all of our fluid and everything? So we just come over here. Conditions have all been met on this one, I'm willing to bet you. 10-stage requirement to make that one work. The 10th stage is when you come and push the switch. So we push the switch. Pressure is increasing. Should be enough. When you start hearing the beep, it's enough. There we are. Alright. So as you can see, we're still on the first gearing. This is the one we're running on right now. We got 12 RPS at 250 torque. 69 torque on that one, no RPS. The reason why is because we don't have a adequate amount of power on this guy yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a torque meter right here, and that should correct that post haste, because over here it's taking readings times 2 to be higher, because it's basically coming out from the tippity top. If you can yeah, you can tell. So let's go ahead and fix that, and we should see a dramatic change. This will allow the system to automatically switch over to the power state it needs to be in. Go from, like, I want to keep the turbine spinning as fast as I can, because that's going to be part of the mechanical system driving our water jet. So we can't lose out on that. If we do, then we're sunk in a way, because then we don't have the torque we need. We'd have to make the difference up with motors, and that would just start eating into our electrical supply, and that would just be a negative feedback loop if there ever was one. So let's go ahead and our torque needs to come here, which means this one's torque also comes from here. Now, the way I have it set up is this torque meter is reading before any of the gearings happen. So this one is picking up on the orange line, and if we wanted to be ballsy about it, because it's going everything after a certain point, right? Yeah. So it's going after, and then yeah, yeah. So that's right. So this one is giving us our electric output, and then this one's going to give us our max torque output, if I'm not mistaken. Like, these things are convoluted. I tried to make a 10-speed transmission once. That went beautifully. Do not download that. It does not work very well. Please don't. Do me a favor, don't. You're probably going to do it anyway, but please don't. And if you do, please fix it. I was watching CZ's World and I got distracted. I can't help myself. Alright, so I think this time, since we know what's going to happen, we're going to go ahead and do a time skip. And alright, folks, looks like we're actually about to. Yeah, we're about to. We're making speed in anyway because the speed sensor, because we're moving, but you know. Let's find out if we make any speed whatsoever off of this. We do this correctly. Hit play. We give this just a minute, it should start doing something. If this does anything remotely like I hope it does, it's going to be awesome. Let's double check the state of the boiler. Oh, we're making something. Ah, yeah, no torque. You see how the mode isn't being matched yet? Which works. Because that is now our braking system. Okay. What's the minimum? Actually, I want to see if it does the thing. I believe that's working. Overpressurizing the boiler a bit. I'm pretty sure it's venting. Basically what I did was I took some of these return lines and spoofed it to where it'd go right back into the pressure regulator. 3.979. Yeah, that works. That says 3.80. Alright, so now we know that works. All we gotta do is take that part of the pressure regulator and bridge those pipes together, and then it should blast straight into our thing here. See how this is going up slowly? This one's going up fast. It's because this one is being blasted into that set of turbines over there. That one's putting out 7.7. Yeah. 3.89, 3.8990, 7.83. This is an interesting little discovery, I think. The real question is, if I turn the injector off, what will it do? Goes down a little bit as it purges itself. There we go. There we are. Make sure it's not venting out into the environment. There we go. See how it's going down now? Even very slowly on this side, it's still going down. It's going down partly because it's being forced through the condenser like that, but also because it is being shoved into our turbine system. So it's coming up through and in. That's why if this hits zero, if those all drop to zero, the pressure will start decreasing a little bit. But that's very interesting that we've got that, because the steam in can be up to 6 liters, which means this can handle a lot more than just the one boiler too. So if we can't get speed out of this thing, then we know what to do. So we're gonna do a little yeah. So in the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to finalize this gearbox here. We're probably going to redesign it, make it to where it is able to deliver equal parts torque, equal parts power. Yeah, that sounds about right. We're going to make it to where it does equal parts torque, equal parts power. That way we can, or try to anyway, we're going to try and make it to where it does equal on both. That way we have just as much torque as we do RPS, which should mean that this generator will spin very, very fast. And combine those two things together and then get this clutch assembly done, and we should be getting some speed out of that, unless we are moving and I just don't know it. I doubt it. No, we're not. So yeah, there you go. We know what we got to do. We got our point of direction, and next time you see this place, it's going to be a little bit different. There might be some more stuff on the reactor. There might not be. I can't promise anything yet, but a lot of stuff's going to be done off camera. And you're just going to have to wait until next time to find out. So until then, this has been your boy Chuckit signing off. You have a fantastic rest of your day, a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves, the ones you love. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out, and you can cancel anytime on the subscription. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Chuck it out. Bye.
Yeah.